Welcome to Caribbean Connection. In the next half hour, you'll hear from musical guests Bares Hammond and Third World. Also, Consul General of Jamaica, Lorrel Bruce, and Marcus Garvey Jr. We'll travel to the islands of Jamaica and Puerto Rico and introduce you to a quick and delicious Caribbean dish. All this coming up on Caribbean Connection.
Caribbean Connection, sponsored by Brown's Auto Body, Hummingbird Restaurant, VJ's Market and Deli, Kickback Lounge and Restaurant, and attorney Andrea Reed. And now your hosts, Maurice Lindsay and Randy Shine.
Hello everyone and welcome to Caribbean Connection. I'm Maurice Lindsay.
And I'm Randy Shine. Today we'll be taking a look at the contributions being made by Caribbean people in the U.S.
And I'll be introducing you to two of Jamaica's best-known reggae artists. Let's begin right now as we welcome our first musical guest. A warm welcome for Bares Hammond.
Let me walk you into town, make the sadness turn around, dry the teardrops from your eyes, make the lonely days go by. Now we'll lift you up and then turn the world into your friend. Let me help you smile again. Let me help you smile again. For a long time now I've been watching you go to work and straight back home. By the shopping bag you carry, I can tell you're all alone, and that you need someone to talk to, someone to confide in. But please cheer up, girl, don't give up, letting go would be a sin. Woman, let me walk you into town, make the sadness turn around, dry the teardrops from your eyes, make the lonely days go by. I will lift you up and then turn the world into your friend. Let me help you smile again. Let me help you smile again. Something tells me you're a good woman, and you deserve a whole lot more. If it's heartbreak that you suffer, girl, I think I can find the cure. I won't pretend to be the answer, but I can do a thing or two now. Don't give up, girl, please cheer up. Happiness is out there for you. If you just let me walk you into town, make your sadness turn around, dry the teardrops from your eyes, make the lonely days go by.
Caribbean Connection will return with the Consul General of Jamaica, Lorrel Bruce, and Marcus Garvey Jr. as we look at Caribbean American contributions, plus music from Third World. Next.
Kicking your tires won't get rid of rust, dents, and old paint, but a trip to Brown's Auto Body will. The professionals at Brown's specialize in major and minor collision work for both foreign and domestic cars, plus expert painting, glass replacement, and rust proofing. All work at Brown's is fully guaranteed. Mass state inspection service is available, and they'll even help you prepare your insurance claims. Restore your vehicle to its original beauty. Visit Brown's Auto Body, 247 Hancock Street, Springfield. Among all your local restaurants, only one offers you the best in Caribbean food. Hummingbird Restaurant. Here you can sit down and enjoy a taste of the island. Sample delicious Caribbean dishes prepared especially for you. Try Hummingbird's daily breakfast, lunch, or dinner, including ackee and saltfish, curried goat, jerk chicken, or pork. Come with your family and dine in comfort or order for takeout. The Hummingbird Restaurant, 347 Orange Street, Springfield. Get a taste from the Caribbean right in your own kitchen. You can with a little help from VJ's Market and Deli, where you'll discover wonderful foods imported directly from the Caribbean. Yellow yams, island spice buns, freshly baked bread, and the finest herbs and spices. VJ's Market and Deli carries assorted fish, meat, tropical drinks, fresh bananas, and avocados. Spice up life with your favorite Caribbean foods from VJ's Market and Deli, 343 Wilbraham Road, Springfield.
The Kickback Lounge and Restaurant at 1534 State Street invites you to stop in and sample their menu of the finest Caribbean and American foods. Full bar and banquet facilities available, plus free after-work buffet. Come in and party with us, or kick back and relax at the coolest spot in Springfield, the Kickback Lounge and Restaurant, 1534 State Street, Springfield.
If you need an immigration lawyer, trust attorney Andrea Reed to handle your immigration matter from start to finish. A qualified advocate in all areas of immigration law, Attorney Reed will help you know your legal rights. Call 737-1200 and speak to a lawyer who can guide you every step of the way. Attorney Andrea Reed, experienced in all areas of immigration law.
Tasty's Restaurants invite you to come in and taste their delicious Caribbean food. Cooked with the finest herbs and spices, Tasty's menus include curried goat or chicken, jerk chicken, fried or steamed fish, plus beef patties, tropical drinks, and much more. Come in and experience the real taste of the Caribbean. Tasty's Restaurant, 539 Union Street, Springfield.
Welcome back to Caribbean Connection. The contributions that Caribbean Americans are making in the U.S. today are many and varied. We were really lucky to be able to speak to Mr. Lorrel Bruce of the Jamaican Consulate about the impact that Caribbean Americans are making on the U.S.
West Indians have entered most of the professional fields. You'll find them here as doctors. You'll find them here as nurses. They are in the teaching profession, teachers in elementary schools, junior high schools, and at the college level. Some, of course, also go into the field of religion. One could think of what we have done in the field of music. You know, West Indian music is renowned. Also in the field of establishing the carnival in Brooklyn that goes on every year. They have taken the leading role, and it is something that every year people look forward to going into participating in.
We're going to continue to look at Caribbean contributions with Marcus Garvey Jr. a little later in the program. But now it's time to get into a little more music. Maurice.
Once again, it's time for more music on Caribbean Connection. Let's welcome Third World.
Seek, he shall find. I've been with you through all times. If you're thirsty, I will quench you with my love. And if you're hungry, I will feed you with my word. And all I ask of you is that you love as I do. And if you lose your way, I'll lead you
When you read the history books, you'll find the name of Marcus Garvey listed as one of the great heroes of Black America. We are honored to have on Caribbean Connection the son of one of the greatest West Indian Americans of all time and an outstanding Black American in his own right, Marcus Garvey Jr.
In my early life, I found myself trying to understand what my father was all about. But for the last 20 years or so, certainly since 1968, I have been active in the Black nationalist movement in different areas of the world. In Jamaica, where I was born and grew up, I started the African Nationalist Union. We were a clear Black power organization in the 60s. We articulated the message of Garveyism and African nationalism, and we kind of relentlessly agitated while I was there for identification with Africa and to unmask the two political parties in Jamaica who are institutions that coexist with Western imperialism and further the activities of Western imperialism, which means the domination of the black man in the Caribbean. We feel that the black man must take power in the Caribbean just as he must take power in all communities here in the United States where he forms a meaningful majority. Marcus Garvey made a specific program, made and produced a specific program for what I would like to say is African racial reconstruction. That is the building of the black, rebuilding of the black people from a shattered, dispersed people into a unified, monolithic, and powerful national force. Before Marcus Garvey, there was no clear exposition of African nationalism. After Marcus Garvey, African nationalism was clearly articulated, and the concept of civil rights, only in the sense of achieving a modicum of equality and opportunity, was listed to a new plateau, which was African empowerment. Marcus Garvey's great move was to say that it's not sufficient to be able to sit on the same toilet seat with a white man. It's not sufficient to enter the same school. What we want is to be in control of our communities at all levels, wherever we form a meaningful majority. That we must have power, economic power, industrial power, military power, every kind of power that is conceivable. It is empowerment that makes a nation great and a people whole, not merely seeking equality. We must achieve real power for black people throughout the world. And I have done my little bit to contribute to that, following the ideology and the message of my father. For I am exactly my father's son. I feel exactly as he does, and he has left a blueprint for us to follow.
We're pleased to introduce once again one of the finest reggae musicians of all time. He has a style of his own. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome for Bares Hammond.
The songs I do, has to do with day-to-day living, right? What people go through, what I myself go through. Sing about it. When I see people sad, it makes me sad too. And I'd like to find any little thing inside of me that can make this person happy, right? I wish I could make everyone smile. Got to get away from the sound that keeps calling my name. Got to get away from this room, can't stand the pain. Gotta get away from the memories that haunts my mind. Gotta get myself in another time.
Just ahead on Caribbean Connection, we'll get away from it all in Puerto Rico.
Kicking your tires won't get rid of rust, dents, and old paint, but a trip to Brown's Auto Body will. The professionals at Brown's specialize in major and minor collision work for both foreign and domestic cars, plus expert painting, glass replacement, and rust proofing. All work at Brown's is fully guaranteed. Mass state inspection service is available, and they'll even help you prepare your insurance claims. Restore your vehicle to its original beauty. Visit Brown's Auto Body, 247 Hancock Street, Springfield. Among all your local restaurants, only one offers you the best in Caribbean food. Hummingbird Restaurant. Here you can sit down and enjoy a taste of the island. Sample delicious Caribbean dishes prepared especially for you. Try Hummingbird's daily breakfast, lunch, or dinner, including ackee and saltfish, curried goat, jerk chicken, or pork. Come with your family and dine in comfort or order for takeout. The Hummingbird Restaurant, 347 Orange Street, Springfield. Get a taste from the Caribbean right in your own kitchen. You can with a little help from VJ's Market and Deli, where you'll discover wonderful foods imported directly from the Caribbean. Yellow yams, island spice buns, freshly baked bread, and the finest herbs and spices. VJ's Market and Deli carries assorted fish, meat, tropical drinks, fresh bananas, and avocados. Spice up life with your favorite Caribbean foods from VJ's Market and Deli, 343 Wilbraham Road, Springfield.
The Kickback Lounge and Restaurant at 1534 State Street invites you to stop in and sample their menu of the finest Caribbean and American foods. Full bar and banquet facilities available, plus free after-work buffet. Come in and party with us, or kick back and relax at the coolest spot in Springfield, the Kickback Lounge and Restaurant, 1534 State Street, Springfield.
If you need an immigration lawyer, trust attorney Andrea Reed to handle your immigration matter from start to finish. A qualified advocate in all areas of immigration law, Attorney Reed will help you know your legal rights. Call 737-1200 and speak to a lawyer who can guide you every step of the way. Attorney Andrea Reed, experienced in all areas of immigration law. Talk of the Town Restaurant is the #1 spot in Springfield for exotic and delicious Caribbean food. Come in and sample their daily breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Talk of the Town's popular dishes include ackee and saltfish, curried goat, jerk chicken or pork, plus spice buns, beef patties, and tropical drinks. They also offer catering for your special occasions. Come in and see why this restaurant is the Talk of the Town, located at 320 Wilbraham Road, Springfield.
Why don't you stay tuned for more Caribbean Connections with Maurice Lindsay.
While many people come to Puerto Rico for its beautiful beaches, surfers come for the world-class waves.
Please welcome Maria DiRocca of the Puerto Rico Tourism Company.
Our island basically is much more diversified than our fellow Caribbean islands. First of all, it's more European. Our background is Spanish, African, and Indian, so we have those wonderful influences. We have 272 miles of beautiful beach, wonderful sightseeing attractions as well as gambling, and a mean temperature of 75 to 85 degrees year-round. That's what sets it apart. We offer prices in hotels ranging from $35 a night to $200 a night, so we're very diversified in that area. We have the paradores, which are out-island country inns, which is sanctioned by the tourism company, and they offer bed and breakfast throughout the island, usually 2.5 hours away from San Juan. Of course, in San Juan we have luxury hotels, beautiful hotels, gambling throughout the island. We have some of the best deep-sea fishing and water sports. In fact, just last year just in January, we held the surfing championship in Rincon on our west coast. We have some of the best surfing in the United States. We have the most flights to any Caribbean island from the most hub cities, and some of the best sightseeing features, I think, in all of the Caribbean. We have El Yunque, which is our rainforest. It's one of only 3 in the U.S. National Park System. And our newest sightseeing feature is the Rio Camoy Caves, which is one of the 5 most beautiful caves in the world. In fact, it houses the largest underground river.
This is what a hassle-free vacation is all about.
See, how does some tasty Caribbean cooking sound? Let's find out what's cooking with Randy.
Hi, we're here at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel with our special guest, Premier Chef Enid Donaldson. Hi, Enid.
Hi, Randy.
And you're going to be cooking what for us today?
I'm going to be making some banana fritters, yes.
Fritters.
And if you can count to 1, I always say you can make this. Because it's 1 banana, 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a little bit of vanilla, and we make a fritter, fried, and I'm sure you like it.
It sounds like a lot of fun to me.
I'm using 1 egg, and I'm going to just quickly beat the egg just to break the white, the red. And then to this, I'm going to add some crushed banana, and the very ripe banana can do. And you'll find if you put a little bit of sugar, which is a 1 tablespoon of sugar that we're using, that will also help to crush the banana quickly. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of flour, and to this I'm going to add a teaspoon of baking powder and just about a half a teaspoon of vanilla and a little nutmeg. To this add the egg, beat this up, use about a tablespoon and drop the fritter in the hot oil and make your banana fritters. They cook in a very short time and turn them nice and golden brown. They're fluffy. And from 1 banana, you see we have got already 3 and 3, 6, and we have about 6 more from just 1 banana. And remember, it should be a very ripe banana. You can get your fritters. Randy, would you like to taste this?
I've really been looking forward to it, Enid.
You have a twin.
I love banana fritters.
Good.
Okay, this has been Enid Donaldson and Randy Shine, and this has been What's Cooking on Caribbean Connection.
If you'd like a printed copy of today's featured recipe, just send a self-addressed stamped envelope with the date of this show to Caribbean Connection. Recipe, 45 Crabtree Street, Springfield, Massachusetts, 01119-1854.
We have a special treat in store for you from the island of Jamaica. Once again, would you welcome Third World?
People call you so much dirty names. They use you to play their kinky games. And when they're done, they turn their backs on you, saying you washed up, sad and blue. But now you finally reach the top. That's when you think the talking stops. They can't find one thing to say. They got to keep their words day by day. You know why? 'Cause
wraps up another Caribbean Connection. We want to thank our musical guests, Bares Hammond and Third World.
And our thanks to Marcus Garvey Jr., Lorrel Bruce, and Maria DiRocca of the Puerto Rico Tourism Company.
And we thank you for watching Caribbean Connection.
Caribbean Connection, sponsored by Brown's Auto Body, Hummingbird Restaurant, VJ's Market and Deli, Kickback Lounge and Restaurant, and attorney Andrea Reed.
Caribbean Connection is a Lindsay television production.